So I'm gonna say at this point, everybody who watched the Basketball Wives, don't say nothing else about Tyler Perry. Don't say nothing else about Tyler Perry producing low vibrational, degrading content for the black community and always showing black women in distress. This is why Tyler Perry content can still have an audience, because you have the opposite spectrum of things, which is reality TV that will come and show a mother and a daughter throwing blows. Like, don't say nothing to me about Tyler Perry no more. Like, that's where I'm at right now, because if you're gonna say something about Tyler Perry, then let's give that same energy to all of these other entities, all of these other housewives that show negative characteristics of black women.
I just don't trust none of y'all.
And to have a mother and a daughter on TV fighting is just beyond despicable. It's beyond despicable. But I know that there was a producer somewhere in a corner, eating their popcorn, really egging this on and really putting the chip in Chantel's back to get your moment. When I saw that girl almost walk out that room and then circle back, that let me know in your mind you was thinking, oh, I need to get my moment. This was I need to get my moment. Let me not leave before I get my moment, because me leaving is diffusing this conversation, this dispute. But I can't leave because I'm on TV. So on TV, I gotta make for good TV. And what makes for better TV than an altercation? Now, the thing about the altercation is that you don't know where it's gonna go. When you get heated and get in somebody's face and you bucking up, you don't know the other mental state of that person. And then you have situations like this, and it's across the board, from Zeus Network to Bravo to BET to VH1. Do not talk to me about just Tyler Perry. Because if you ask me, every single one of these reality TVs, all of this content that's being produced, it does the same exact thing. And it keeps us in a very low, depressive state. All in the name of entertainment value. This relationship will never be the same. I don't care what you say. You put your hands on your mama or your mama put your hands on you, their relationship, only God can fix that. Y'all gonna have to go into some deep prayer and meditation. I believe that the Most High can fix anything. This is gonna be one of those situations. It's gonna have to be in the hands of the Father at this point, because there is no way that in order to secure a bag, we have to go to blows. If that's the case, the bag is not worth it. And I don't know why people don't understand it at this point. You go on these shows with your relatives and your close families, and for instance, said the same thing about Nelly and Ashanti. Let's give it another year or two. We're going to see Nelly and Ashanti. I'm not trying to speak. I don't believe in speaking things negatively, but I am going to call it, because there is a pattern. And it is because when you begin to open up a very intimate relationship. Intimate just means someone in close proximity to you. You open up that relationship to the world, and it's no longer protected. There's a reason why people say, keep people out your business. At this point, you're inviting people into your business. Reality TV invites people into your business. So everything that most black people say, keep people out your business. Don't tell everybody your business. Keep this behind closed doors. You do that when you do the opposite of that when you sign up for these reality TV shows. And then people wonder why there's no fruit. There's nothing positive coming from it other than divorce. That's why almost every housewife on TV is divorced. That's why you have a mother and daughter coming to blows. That's why you can show Portia stealing another woman's husband. All of these different things are from the same tree, and they produce the same fruit. So I'm just saying, I don't want to hear people talk about, oh, Tyler Perry, low vibration. Y'all, quit it. I mean, all of that is true. And y'all, you know how I feel about it. All of that is very true. But my thing is, stop picking and choosing what bandwagon you want to jump on when people start talking about negative representation of black people, of black family. Because if you ask me, every black person needs to cancel Basketball Wives. Because for a producer not to interfere, or for them to even feel like, let's air this because this is going to be entertainment, right? Like, I always look at the side of the producers. Like, I always look at the behind the scenes, because just as quickly as these puppets, which is what they are, they're puppets. They want to get in front of the camera. They want to secure a bag. They want fame. They want everybody to know their business. When you get to that point to where you're so desperate for a level of fame to where you will air it all out, you'll air it all out, lay it all out. That's another side of it. But I look at these producers and the people who are behind the scenes pulling the strings. They egg these things on. They put little chips in your back before you go into a scene. All of this stuff is really almost scripted TV. And they love when you have these fights. That's why I can't stand Zeus Network. I can't stand networks and shows and movies that only depict us scrapping and having arguments and not knowing how to come together and have, logical adult conversations with one another. If y'all want to talk about healing, let's talk about how you need to go and sit down somewhere with someone to speak about these issues that you feel in your family. Talking about it in front of the world is not going to fix the issue, but then that lets me know that you may not want to fix the issue because fixing the issue is not entertainment. Why didn't Chantel and Jackie Christie go to therapy? Why didn't they go sit down and speak to somebody where they can have a mutual party where they can lay out their thoughts and opinions and come to a meeting of the minds? Why is that not showcased? Where's the wise counsel that can speak to them and let them know from a spiritual standpoint how you can get this relationship back on track as a mother and as a daughter who both have different mindsets, you have different experiences, so you have different point of views, but at the same day there should be a commonality, and that commonality is the fact that y'all are family. And this is the destruction of the black family. Don't care about your family, don't care about your mama, don't care about your dad, and don't care about none of that. The full representation of what the Bible means when it says, for the love of many will wax cold. And there will be mother against daughter. It's literally letting you know where we are in the times to where a mother and a daughter can come to blows on a reality TV show. And this is probably their highest rating show. I've never seen people talk about the Basketball Wives as much as they're talking about it now. Why? Because you have a destruction of a relationship between two black women. Since we love black women so much, they love us so much, but this is what they show about us. They love us so much, but this is what we get when it comes to our representation.